going on, y'all? Corporate Like Entertainment presents. We're doing the R. Kelly edition. It's gonna be deep. Fat Trapped in the Closet. I'm your host, Phil Roberts.
I'm Paul.
I'm Manny.
I'm Kika.
So, I don't know where to begin with this R. Kelly thing.
Round two.
We gotta keep the same energy.
No, we're gonna go with that after.
After the fact, I don't even know what to even.
Should we go back, like, just from
4-page letter, age number, the number. What do you want to go
start
back
from
to?
the beginning? I guess
We can. Aaliyah and
You
R.
can even
Kelly.
go before that though. Before that,
Yeah, you can.
Basically, like early in his career when he was having his big early hits, he was known to still frequent his old high school and like recruit women, going to this McDonald's.
On the McDonald's just chilling.
Right. This is early in his career. He was doing this stuff, but at the time, I guess the people around him, you know, you famous, money, you get money. He paying everybody around him. They basically turn the blind eye to it.
But see, this is the thing, though, right?
We
Any 16-year-old girl, they see R. Kelly and they approach.
Right.
You don't think that 16-year-old girl, 17-year-old girl, not gonna even go with him?
Of course.
To fuck him or whatever. I mean, this
She
is
gonna
real.
be willing to do whatever he's
Exactly.
suggesting at that point.
On the other end, R. Kelly was a predator. Is a predator. Excuse me. Again, on the other end, now these people, he took advantage of me. Let's cut the shit. You knew what you was doing. I feel you knew what you was doing. As a 17-year-old girl, 16-year-old girl. Now you get under that, okay, manipulation,
right,
whatever. But when you older, you know what I'm like. You know what I mean? Like you know what's right, what's wrong. You know what I'm saying? On top of that,
I think
that age stuff of manipulation is kind of a little. You got 30-year-old people that can. 30, 40-year-old women that can still be manipulated. So
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like,
That's true. But you can't come back and get some fame and say he did this and that to me, and I bet y'all had a great time when you was like 20,
the thing
21.
that kills me is
that
they don't come in that initial time. I mean, I know that.
Exactly.
But they coming out because it's a hot thing.
Yeah.
I don't respect
the
that.
Me Too movement.
Yeah. Exactly. Me too. Like
I think
when that money
even more
tax season's about to be over.
Facts. Shit, wow.
Even more than that, his money is drying up. You know, he probably was paying hush money and all that.
Absolutely.
But it's well known that his money is not where it used to be. So
No, he doesn't have any.
He doesn't have
Right.
it.
He doesn't have any.
He didn't sign it. His contracts. He didn't. I guess he didn't read it or what. But he's fucked.
But
So
he can't-
Sony has not
You're
renewed.
right.
Sony
he can't
has
pay
not
nobody to
renewed
be
it.
quiet no more. So that's why you have all these people coming on and speaking on it.
But I say he a predator because he got people paying his child $100,000. What female gonna pay $100,000?
$160,000
In child support?
Back child support.
What
Back
female
child
gonna pay
support for
that?
somebody
He got
else.
them under his wing.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. He manipulated them. He did something. Sex ain't that good. I don't go. You know, like it can't. You know what I mean? It can't be for you to pay $160,000. What the fuck you get this money at anyway?
Right.
Cause I know you're just a regular
Yeah.
person. You know what I'm saying? I know you're just a regular motherfucker. Like
Somebody announced somebody paid that shit for him and his bail.
Annabelle. It's crazy.
You can even take it back even further than that. They said that as a kid he was getting like molested
and stuff.
by a family member and stuff like that, and that's what started his sex urges and all that. But me personally, I think a lot of that
reflect on that. You got molested, right? He didn't. They say he didn't like that feeling, right? So you gonna do it to other people?
No, the thing is, I think he did like the feeling, and that's what started these urges, and he thought, you know, that was
the power of having over somebody.
Right.
I think it's a power.
The power. I think he knew he had that power.
I think,
but you get grown folks. Why you getting kids?
He was the prey his whole, childhood. He was the prey, and then when he got old enough, he became the predator.
But there comes a point in time where you realize something when something's wrong.
He knew it's wrong. You can't. He had to know he's wrong.
Exactly. He had a high mental illness.
We've seen it too many times on To Catch a Predator.
Yeah.
Grown adult men who have no filter, and it's just not men. This is women also. But majority of the people they caught on camera were men. There's no filter. There's nothing that tells them that it's wrong or right. They don't have that mechanism in their moral compass to understand that this this is not the right thing.
It's sickening.
It's
I agree with you to a certain extent, but I can't see that point.
I think part of it is I'm not blaming how anybody was raised or it was the way they were born. I think part of it is that there's some connection, some switch in the brain that says
it's not clicking.
It's not clicking.
I think my opinion, like I know you was about to say this excuse. You gotta look at this man's situation. He's R. Kelly.
He's rich. He was rich as fuck.
And I'm still in the early stages. He got hits on the radio. He's writing hits for people. He probably
Producer.
He's on his way to being one of the biggest stars in music, not just in R&B, but in music. Period. He can have literally any woman in the world that he wants at that point. Why are you still going to high schools and
preying on 15, 16 little girls?
Like you're at you have a concert with 50,000 and majority of them is women. You can literally pick them like, I want all 10 of y'all.
But the thing is you got to understand, we don't know him as a man, like how he thinks.
That's true.
He could be one of the most insecure people in the world.
That's true.
So he expressing himself through music, but when he's not,
I don't know about the music.
Let's go back to the music. If you want to go to the music, he was expressing himself in the music. Look at
but I'm just saying that's how I didn't word that. I wouldn't word that right, but so I'm gonna backtrack on that and say. So I'm gonna say he was able to kind of come out with things that he initially want to come out through the music,
right?
And on the back end, I don't think he was that. It took him time to be comfortable with being secure. Like I know plenty of people that suffer from insecurities. Not this type of case.
Right.
I
hope not. Like
I want to make that clear. It's not this type of case, but people deal with insecurities every day and issues that they deal with on a daily basis. So it's like we don't really know this guy from his. Like as the person. So
when we also don't know, it has been proven that a type of abuse like that has a traumatic effect on somebody growing up, whether it's how they develop mentally, emotionally, and how it's reflected in their personal relationships with either their partner or how they choose their partner or how there's been proven over time. We don't know how that triggered his development as a man into a father, into a husband, how that affected those different type of relationships. If somebody showed me this case study without explaining who it is, I would say that it sounded like he still thought he was in high school. Like he's still developmentally, even though he's writing all this hip music about what people are talking about, but he doesn't know how to have an adult relationship. He's still stuck in high school
what's that symptom called? I know what you're talking about.
With kids at a developmental level of young women, and we also know that women develop emotionally and mentally quicker than men do. Just in general.
Right.
So I mean, those 16-year-old girls, if he's operating at a 21-year-old male or 18-year-old male mindset,
is okay.
That girl who's 16 may be acting like she's 21 or 22 years old. So mentally, they might be on the same wavelength, but when we look at age and we look at law, we know, it kind of blows our mind.
There's people that acts like high school.
Exactly.
People my age that act like they're 14 years old. So it's like,
I think this is just my opinion. Like everything you're saying is true, but in my opinion, I believe this ain't the case with that. Like I think this guy he has a real sickness that he's attracted to just younger women. And like if you look at his interviews and stuff, like even by now he should be strictly on one side. Especially with him having a case pending and stuff like that. His answer should be clear cut. No, I don't like younger women, this and that. But you see how he answers his questions?
Around the bush.
She asked him, do you like younger women? He's like, well, what do you mean by younger? Like, come on, man.
Nigga,
Like,
say no.
Yeah.
like it should be
sent me
clear cut at
something.
this point.
That quote, yeah, that
I
quote.
don't rate shit. So
And it's so weird. Like, I don't know. Like, I think in his head he thinks that maybe at this point he's like untouchable. He's not gonna get in trouble for whatever he's doing. So that's why he keeps continuing to do whatever he's been doing. I don't know, man. I think the dude got a major problem.
Got it.
Yeah, I got it. So when he was being interviewed, he was asked, I don't know what the question was, but it was just the wording and how he words things. He said it was part of that clip where he stood up and did the whole dramatic thing.
Yeah.
He goes, it's real girls out there missing. There's real young girls out there being abducted, being raped, okay?
Right.
Kelly said they really are on chains. They really do have chains on their wrists. And they can't get out, and they end up buried and dead. Like, who goes on and says there's
real girls?
See, I think
there's a
his mind,
disconnection between.
Yeah.
and in his mind, he thinks what he's doing is okay because of cases like that where people are literally handcuffed and chained down somewhere. He has like mind control over these young girls, which is damn near like the same thing. They don't want to leave because they scared of what can happen if they leave. Like, it's the same thing. Like, I don't know. Like, if you watch any of the show, like his house, the way his house was set up, each girl had a specific room. They had to use the bathroom in buckets and shit like that. Like, who knows if any of that is completely true or whatever, or if it's exaggerated because it's the story of those women. But I don't know. But yeah, you keep hearing the same stories over and over for years and years, and it's the same stories. Like, you just gotta believe that somebody ain't lying. Like, one of those women somewhere is not lying about these.
So best believe it, they ain't.
I don't know, man. It's just crazy, man. And the thing is, like he said, he gave 30 years to his career or whatever. He's probably been doing this same stuff for over 30 years. So to him, it's the norm. It's not. It's bad to him.
The one question that I still have from that first trial, and people are like, "Why is it still going on?" Like, there's video out there. There's video, like blatant video. Like, we shouldn't even be. Why is it even still in circulation? It's a child. Mm-hmm. Why is there a video of you out there? And people are saying that is you. Like, people who worked for you, that is you, and you still want to tell us no?
Right.
Like, there's visual, and we've got more video out there. We know that there is a problem. Why are we still defending him? That's what I want. We know. We've seen it.
My thing is also, why is no one trying to get him help?
Yeah.
Why no one in the circle trying to get him help and trying to talk to him?
Money.
Because it's money.
And they not his real friends.
They're not right.
They don't want to tell him no. Who wants to tell him no?
You tell him no, you cut off from the money.
See, I would have never been his friend.
Yeah,
exactly. That shit right off the gate.
Exactly.
That shit just wild to me, man. But like, play devil's advocate, as always. Like Elvis, Jerry Seinfeld. No one's talking about
Woody Allen.
That's
the
no
sickest
one's
case.
talking. I don't know too much about it.
Aerosmith, Tyler.
No one talks about them. Is it the race thing? You know what I'm saying? Or
I think one or two things. One, the era and the time.
Yeah.
I think that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Just like back in the 50s and the 60s when we had people coming like who were gay or any entertainer, you hush that.
Yeah.
Right.
We didn't talk about that. I think that kind of just in general was not talked about. Jerry Lee Lewis too. You know, he was part of that. His daughter, and I mean, in that time frame.
I don't think there was no laws either, was
But there might not have been it, but they also had parental, like some of them married.
Yeah.
Parents knew about it. They were married. Not saying that.
Don't make it okay.
It doesn't make it okay. No.
But they had to.
But there was a legal issue if there was age that the parents said, you know what, we know what's going on. We know that this person's going to take care of my daughter and she's going to be a wife. That's a whole different thing than mind control and
right.
Well,
I
we're talking about manipulation here and being held against your will. And there's a difference thing when parents know and parents have signed off on that. And I'm not saying
we don't know. We really don't know what them guys done to them either. So if
that's true too.
No, that's true. Absolutely
same time of days days of time
I think it's the era. Not about talking about it and about what was more socially acceptable in certain parts of the country may have not been.
I mean, rest in peace, but Hugh Hefner.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. 17, 18, 19-year-old girls.
Right.
And what's acceptable and what's not. So, I mean...
People pick and choose what they want to see and want to do. That's why this world's just fucked up.
Because Hugh Hefner was just pretty much legally paying girls to have sex with him.
Right.
Or having them parade around. And
I think
it was totally acceptable for him to do that.
Like what you were saying about the eras, we are in the Me Too era. Now, before I speak on that, like the Me Too thing, I don't want it to seem like I'm just saying every woman that has been raped or manipulated or anything like that is just jumping on like this bandwagon, like, oh, I've been hurt. But for the ones that are faking or whatever, or just trying to get some money out of it, I think that trend needs to be, like, something got to be done about it, because anybody can say anything. 10 years ago, somebody said this to me, or 20 years ago, somebody said, like, look at what happened with, like, the Bill Cosby stuff. You got these women in their 50s and 60s, and they talking about something that happened to them.
That's the thing I don't
know.
40 years ago.
Like,
should have said something.
I don't know. I think it's just the trend now.
Money running out now. You
right.
say something.
It's the trend now to say, you know, to speak out on something. I don't know.
No, I think it's going, like Manny said, it's going to get worse, man. This generation is horrible.
Yeah.
Let's look at our society. Like you can't even say certain shit. Like you gotta be. That's why I'm big on I'm not conform. I'm gonna do what I feel is right. I don't give a fuck what nobody else say. Like it's just getting worse. Like the rappers, everybody's like the same. Like if you.
No, I think the rap is out of hand. I'm not disagreeing. But the overall balance of it is pretty good.
Yeah, it's a balance, but you see how everybody.
Because the top guys in rap they're underground sounding rap.
That's true, but like I didn't know who Uzi Vert was. Cardi, Playboy Cardi. I thought they was all the same people. I didn't know none of these people. But to get back on R. Kelly though, I just think something needs to be done. No one helped. Like even in the songs, he talk about younger girls and shit like that. Like age ain't nothing but a number. But nigga, that's you know what I'm saying.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. Like for this to be so big right now is just appalling to me personally because.
But
when is a good time for somebody to stand up against?
It should have been when it first started.
Yeah,
because now you wouldn't have all of this controversy like
people ain't people ain't built right.
But you gotta think too though. Like I was saying earlier. At that point, that man was the biggest name in music.
Shit.
So it's gonna be shots thrown. You gonna have the fake people just trying to get some money out of.
No,
it's just like when
guy in the business, and he had videotapes out back then.
But this is I'm saying.
I was in high school, I think.
Even before the tapes,
high school.
Because according to like the documentary and stuff, that tape stuff started. This is years in at this point.
Yeah.
Like he didn't start doing recording stuff until years in, and it became like an addiction. They said he had like literally like a room full of tapes where he's taping every single sexual encounter. But I'm saying before that, he was at the height of his career, and he still was messing with these younger women. And everybody in his circle knew about it, down to his manager. Everybody knew, but it's like
they need to be held accountable too.
I agree with
you. They need to get in trouble.
I agree with you,
not on the high level.
But you gotta liken it like this. Like say you the world champion boxer. It's always gonna be somebody picking at you to be like, hey man, punch me. I'll do this. Just to punch me.
Yeah, but
so if you the biggest name in music, this is before the video. If you're the biggest name in music, it's always gonna be somebody trying to get some money from you to try to do a lawsuit.
But you carry yourself a certain way.
Yeah, but I'm saying a lot of those things, they probably did make it to court. Like he had cases.
He was in court back then.
Yeah, I'm saying he had cases that was getting swept under the rug because his status was up here, and they looking at these people that are trying to sue him or trying to do whatever. Like, oh, y'all just trying to get some money. Get out of here. We ain't trying to hear your story. That's no.
So there has been attempts over the years at this,
right?
He's attempting,
but he's but they were not successful. So people have been speaking on this for almost 20 years,
right?
you know,
And
finally coming around and saying something.
But
But
a lot of the cases was in his hometown of Chicago where he literally was like the man.
Do that where you get indicted at. I mean, that's where he got in trouble.
He's like the man there. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard to.
That's right. That's what's wrong.
Now you got a whole city going
against.
That's
what's wrong with people.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not saying there's nothing wrong.
That's like people take society is twisted. They will sit there and say something is bad, but when it's biasness towards, you know, your favorite artist or something, then no, it ain't even that. Like, say you
generate money to the city, man.
You got these figures, these public figures that do stuff on a daily basis, far as character assassination, and just because they make your favorite songs or they can shoot a good 3-point shot, you're gonna be like, oh man, I don't care about that. I want to see him make that hit song. Right? No, it's not about that at that point.
Right.
It's
I think a lot of figures don't say shit. That's what. So figures don't want to say shit. They don't want to fuck their money up. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
They don't want to fuck their money up.
Little character assassinated at that point.
That's just like, for example, LeBron James with the Tamir Rice case. Someone asked him a question and he didn't answer it because he knew
that would put him on the side.
That's kind of shocking.
But see,
yeah, and I faulted him for that. But hold on, he had that big platform to say something. Everyone's gonna listen to LeBron James. Yeah. It is what it is.
But if he said something that was different or against the norm or against that was not PC, imagine the political. Hold on. Imagine the political. What his PR people would have to deal with.
Right.
Sometimes not everything you need to say is going to be popular, so you don't have to deal with the backlash.
That's true, but I agree with you. But I feel like that could have changed something, and he dropped the ball on that.
Michael Jordan ain't talk about
no issues. Right.
We're not even talking. It's different.
I'm just saying. But Michael Jordan is the internationally known as the best.
But no one asked him anything like that back then. They asked LeBron James because it's in his hometown.
I don't liken that because of, you know, most of them media people are just trying to get some sound bites anyway. So they're gonna ask you questions that.
But why not speak up?
But he might not even be fully. At the time, he probably wasn't even fully informed on everything.
It was very well.
But you see his actions after that, like he put his money where his mouth is, man.
I'm shocked about that though, because he pretty adamant about talking about them type of issues.
He pick and choose. Y'all don't people. That's the bias in Cleveland. He pick and choose. But if he was to lead the march,
it's the bias in general.
I think it's a bias in Cleveland.
Yeah, he ain't no Cleveland dude. So
yeah, you said you tying the Cleveland stuff in a little too much.
But it happened in Cleveland.
Akron though. He's not from
Akron. People different.
Yeah,
no disrespect, but y'all different.
Yeah, but
like going back to what we were talking about with him saying something, it's not always saying something. But look at, was it Jerry Bruck? Who was the producer?
Bruckheimer?
Yeah, was it Bruckheimer or
I don't know.
Who did all that stuff with all those women? Not Bruckheimer.
Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah,
Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein.
He that got swept under the rug. He do no jail time, but
Harvey Weinstein.
Bill Cosby in jail.
Right. I agree. But the thing is, you know, like even with like the R. Kelly stuff when he had that first big case.
Hold on, my fault. Real quick, you said he didn't get no jail time, right? And Bill Cosby did. I think it goes back to a race thing. But this is the thing. He's white, Harvey Weinstein. You know what? You did this dumb shit. You can't work in Hollywood. We give you a pass. Bill Cosby, you're going to jail. You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
it's different. You know what I mean? Like,
okay, but how do you answer this then? R. Kelly had that first case where he's on tape with the little girl. Beats that case and then has some more of probably the biggest hits of his career after, and writes big hits for other artists.
He paying them off because Harvey Weinstein is he ain't on that shit.
Like I know,
he just say fuck it.
To be real, I know it's race stuff involved, but how do you explain this with R. Kelly?
I was just discussing that. Because people don't care about when it comes to the money.
Yeah, and music in movies is different. Music is therapeutic for people. But people love music.
That industry is just, I mean,
it's
already been out the gate now. I
would have thought he would have been blackballed from back then, but it just didn't happen.
He was getting so much money. Like
it just didn't happen. And,
the crazy thing, the crazy thing about the women, and they don't be mad at me about this, but but whatever.
It's apparent they ain't
all the women. He supposedly raped this little girl, right? Why were y'all still selling out his concerts and going to all buying this record? See, keep the same energy on that because just like the Chris Brown situation, he didn't rape nobody or nothing, but he beat the hell out of Rihanna.
But she deserves it. I'm just playing.
But the thing is,
I'm just playing. I'm just joking.
But the thing is, women to this day, ooh, Chris Brown, they fall out right here. Chris Brown, he is Mike Tyson. This girl, like, but you throw away this stuff because of the fame. Like, R. Kelly is this famous person.
I think I'm one of the females that's the opposite of that.
I didn't say all.
It's very few though.
And I've worked in the music industry.
But answer to my question. Was R. Kelly concert selling out though?
Yeah.
And
I did not ever go to R. Kelly.
What was the majority of R. Kelly's
women?
Okay.
If you saw the documentary, it was some parents that took their underage daughter to the.
Yeah, hold the parents
like
that. I was gonna.
Hold the parents.
That's sickening.
I'm not even done with that. I ain't even touched base on that one.
That's what make it. That's what I believe discredits some of that documentary or whatever, because documentary is what got all of this.
I don't think all of it's true. I think they added twists. What you think?
That Lifetime, they don't have no credibility.
Nah.
Sorry, Lifetime.
But I mean, it sparked the conversation back up. That's one good thing that I think came out of it. It sparked the conversation back up, and it put the spotlight back on him to try to fix this problem, because this dude got a problem. So I think that's the good thing about it. Everything that was on there, I don't believe everything was true. Like, especially from his wife. Like, his wife full of shit.
He need to be under the jail. But as a man with a so-called problem, I don't know. I always like to see people try to fix that problem. You know,
I don't know.
It happens too many times. He needs something. I
always like to see people fix those type of or to try to see.
But 30 years in, he ain't fixing it.
like his lawyer from back in the day, he was saying he did all that shit. He had to take them libido shots to stop his urges.
Yeah, the lawyer going to
like that's retarded. Like he can speak on it after the fact. You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy to me.
Nuts.
And no one like. It's just it's crazy that it's acceptable, and
it's crazy that it was reports that when he got bailed out, right, for the 100 and something, wasn't that a woman that did that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Shit wild.
But what makes it more wild is he kind of feeds, and I think he does little shit to keep the talks up too. When he got bailed out, he goes back to that same McDonald's.
Yeah, he didn't have to do that.
He
didn't have to do that shit.
That's just arrogance.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But it keeps
like you said, it's something in connecting.
So it's not connected.
He's still like that's his high school area or something in connecting.
But at the same time,
50, right?
it gotta be somebody around him. Like, hey man, I don't think that's a good idea. Like,
he ain't got the right people.
No,
niggas a lot of yes men.
Best believe it's people around there, but he like. You want these stacks? You better shut up.
I want the new Porsche and Benz, like.
Yeah, so it's like, all right, yeah, I'll take that, and then that's your character assassinated. And back to these people that's his circle, they need to go to jail too.
Yeah.
Just for
yeah, I think so.
That's what I was wondering.
They definitely need help.
When I was watching that whole documentary, you got all these people saying that they was right there when this happened, right there when that happened.
If they got names, they need to
like the one manager dude.
Yeah,
he said he like walked in the tour bus or whatever, and he was in there with Aaliyah, and he was like, "Oh, I'm so disgusting." Blah blah. Why wouldn't you say something, dude? Like at that point, you know that girl is 14, 15 years old.
14.
And he a grown ass man at this point. That's
probably like 30, wasn't he?
Like
28 at least.
It's sickening. Like it's sickening, dude. Like, and you just don't say nothing. But now, because you know, you getting a Lifetime special. Now you can speak on it.
Everybody want to speak on it. Well, I remember that one time. His blood
brothers and stuff like that coming out and talking about it. Like why y'all even saying that? Yeah,
clout chasing.
I believe majority of the people on that show was
It's like Sparkle came on the Breakfast Club. She lying out her ass.
She got a hold of L too.
I believe so too.
She got a hold of L because she took hush money because he was messing with her daughter. So she need to be held. She needs to be held accountable too.
Because her niece was the one that was on the tape.
Her niece.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I believe,
okay.
And I think the hush money stopped. That's why she flipped sides in the trial.
I don't care if it's.
And the parents were still receiving money
because
the parents or the ones or the uncle or whatever was saying like, no, that ain't her on the tape. That's why that whole case got thrown out.
Oh, because
it was doubt that wasn't her on the tape, and one that it wasn't him, because pretty much everybody knew that was him. But you know the case got thrown out because you couldn't prove that this was him and that was her. But the main point that got that case thrown out is because you couldn't prove that it was actually her, which is stupid because everybody knew that it was her. You got people that actually was involved with threesomes and stuff with that girl and knew that was her. Like, how do you not? I don't know. Right, like it's crazy,
it's
man.
a level of sickness that I don't want.
Was you a big R. Kelly fan?
No, I was not.
Me either. I don't know.
Man,
he was
R.
very
Kelly
talented. I
had
just
the
wasn't a
hits,
fan.
Yeah, I just
he
wasn't
had
a
crazy
fan.
hits.
He had the hit.
But I just wasn't a fan.
He had them bangers.
He's borderline like a musical genius.
He always was a creep to me. Even before then, he just always was a creep.
No, you're right. There was always
something
I don't
persona.
disagree with y'all, but musically he was a genius.
Yeah, musically, yeah.
And then just looking back at his career, like just if you take the music itself,
he accounted for so many people's careers.
If you take the music itself, though,
talking about writing,
and you just like you put a blindfold on, and just listen to the music. He pretty much was telling you everything that was going on.
He wrote songs for Mike.
Yeah,
like he was telling you everything that was going on, like right then and there, like every song.
Hell of a producer. Like even before the Leah thing, I just always thought he was a creep. That's how a creep. Like I ain't care for his voice. He makes great music. I don't personally listen to him. I don't think I personally listen to a whole R. Kelly album personally.
I have.
I'm not a big fan of R. Kelly. I'm not a big fan.
Don't listen about Ariel.
Right.
Like I don't care. I never cared for him.
Bangers, man.
He did.
Oh, it was a creep. He just weird, and the whole Leah thing is even more. Damn, she's 14. She fine, and
see,
you a grown ass man.
See, I was a kid. I was a kid. I ain't really.
Right, I ain't. Right, even when the tape came out and stuff, I never saw it.
I never saw it either. Y'all seen the tape?
I never saw it. I have no desire to see it.
I had a family member that had it.
But that's him and shit. That was him. Clearly, huh?
With pen?
Yeah. Man.
I had a family member that had that tape though. I ain't had no business watching it, but hey, shout out. I'm older now. I was watching it when I was a kid.
That is wild, man.
That's crazy. Man.
It was pretty disgusting though.
But I think like since the R. Kelly thing came out, this Michael Jackson Neverland thing, you seen it?
Yeah, that's been a rumor for years with him on and off, with kids. That's when he was alive. Nothing really came of it. It was just rumors that.
You think they blackballed him because he was just so different from everybody, or you think he actually did something with them kids? What y'all think?
We don't know.
I
hate talking about somebody that's dead.
He can't defend himself. And so it's kind of like, what's the point? Not saying it's like, what's the point in even? Like nothing.
We'll go back to when he was alive. Well, he was defending himself. So, do y'all think he actually did it back then?
I don't think so. In my opinion, I don't know. I don't think so. He just was a weirdo.
Yeah, I don't know if he did it.
Like you know how you was talking about people being stuck in a certain mind.
Yeah.
I think in his mind he was that little Michael, a little
never
kid.
had a childhood.
He never ever had a childhood at all. So I think
since like 5 or 6 he been singing.
On the road, his dad.
Dad's beating his ass and shit.
Right. Do the step right.
Yeah.
One thing that dude did, he made some famous people. He made some famous people out of his kids.
Whole family.
Crazy hits, man.
Right.
That dude was amazing.
He got two of his kids is arguably the best artists in each.
Right.
The woman and male. That's
what talking about.
Mike and Jack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can't really
Definitely wasn't the other one.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Shit, Janet was incredible on the music side.
Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, man. So y'all still up on R. Kelly music?
No.
Nah, I took it all off my like.
I never had it on.
I never had it.
I did.
I never had it on my like iTunes or anything like that. It's just like I do got CDs though. Like I Like they like old, but I do still got that type. I don't listen to.
For me, I don't know, it messed me up. I can't listen. If I listen to it, it's not the same no more.
See, that's
because you. Like for me, listening to his music is not the same. Like I feel like
it makes sense to me.
I don't know.
I see that because it's like you was listening
but even back then with the tape, I wasn't paying attention. I was young. I didn't.
That was R. Kelly. You ain't
I never.
saying
Again, like I told
Kelly?
you, I never paid attention to no tape. I never watched the tape. I know
You
nothing
ain't
about
never,
it.
so you ain't hear about people like, yeah, this is R. Kelly.
Yeah, but I ain't know nothing about it like that then. I don't know. I didn't pay no attention to it.
I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, yeah, I listen to R. Kelly, but within it wasn't a big deal within my community. It wasn't a big,
Right.
it was like, ew, he did that, gross, but we also we weren't about to go and try and watch that tape.
Right. I ain't have no access to
it. And if you did, hell would catch loose.
That's why I said I ain't have no business watching.
Man, the man wrote and performed "I Believe I Can Fly." My grandmother liked that song. She don't even listen to like music. Like,
see, that's the thing right there. See,
that's disturbing
because I believe I can fly.
No,
but he still.
that's not. I don't listen to him though. I don't listen to him at all.
No, not you. Really, like I'm talking about in general. That's
right.
how the masses think.
Right.
Oh, he made this song, so I can't.
Right.
I cannot listen to it. No, it's like
it's
no,
the same way with Bill Cosby though. Everybody's like, he's the dad of the Cosby Show. He couldn't have done this.
That's BS.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that whole Bill Cosby stuff. Like, get out of here.
Cosby was putting something in
You think he did it?
And them Jello pudding pops, man.
Man.
Not saying he did it or not, but it's trash. It's trash to me.
Right.
Like the one girl reported that she had a funny feeling, and they did something, but she went back again.
Right.
And then
That's the part that I believe that should have got the case thrown out. Like you dubbed back.
Yeah, I feel it.
That's like a girl getting raped. And I'm traumatized, but.
You go back again.
Go back again to the same guy.
Right.
Like, come on.
It just don't make sense.
Like, that doesn't make sense to me.
Again, like Jessica said, like I'm in that field. People ain't. It's a disconnect somewhere. It's true. I seen it in my own eyes. It'd be a disconnect somewhere. You'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? You know what I mean? Like I know a certain person used to beat on a girl all the time and beat on niggas too. It didn't matter. But this one girl would keep going back to him. I used to be like, what the fuck are you doing for like a decade?
She probably had daddy issues.
Right.
Yeah, but it's some people just don't see the connection.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or it's just people think emotionally, not logically. You're supposed to combine the two, and that's how you think.
They're delusional. That's what it is.
Right.
It's a form of delusion.
Like,
but he does this. He loves me. Yeah.
right.
When
you start justifying,
they justify.
Yeah,
it. That's why they keep going back.
That's borderline insanity when you start making things that's
making
excuses.
But until you're in a situation like that,
I absolutely agree.
It's really hard
to speak on it.
We see it as black and white. When you're in that situation, there's gray. There's a lot of gray. It's just not black and white. And I mean, I know I've done that to a certain extent when I've been, not because anybody's put their hands on, they put their hands on me. That's a whole other story.
Did you have insecurities though? I feel like that's somebody that's insecure that's gonna let a man put their hands on them.
I think everyone's insecure.
No, I'm talking about in that type of it's different.
Did I have that type of insecurity? Yeah. No, I didn't. Okay. It wasn't until I was pregnant and he put his hands on me. I never thought he would put his hands on me. I was pregnant and he put his hands on me. Never saw it coming. Ever. Never. And but then afterwards, now everything I go into is more gray, not black and white. Mm-hmm. Until somebody's in a situation like that, why they go back, or their comfort level, or maybe there's some sense of security that's illogical to us, but it might be logical to that person. It's hard for us. It's hard to say. Right. You know, why do somebody go back to an abuser? But we've got a whole syndrome that we can use in court now for battered women syndrome. Mm-hmm. You know, sounds crazy to me, but if he's beating the crap out of you, why don't you just leave? Like, why did you have to kill him? I'm like,
yeah, I'm snapped and shit.
you know.
Different motherfuckers.
And I think that's the excuse that R. Kelly's using too. It's like, he's like, yeah, they can leave whenever they want to. Like, I ain't holding them hostage. Which one of them women gonna leave and go back to what? They already done lost their parents. You don't have nobody to go back to. But you gonna go back to being homeless or something? When this dude got money, he can buy you whatever you want.
See, that's not bringing you happiness, though.
Right, you can live in this mansion and piss in the bucket in the corner.
That's why people, if you're not going into a situation happy with yourself, it's never gonna work.
But that's why he picks the certain type of women
He's
he
not
picks.
happy with himself.
Yeah, but he picks the same type of. If you look at like the stories, they all the same type of girl. Like, they all have some type of issue that's starting to bud between them and their parents. They all, younger. It's the same type of female every time. And then even some of the older ones, you can clearly see that they got something going on in their head, and they can be easily manipulated.
That was on Law and Order SVU and shit.
He can pick the same. He picks the same type of females, and it works every single time.
He has a type.
It was Benson that.
There's a type.
Right.
The Stabler.
And I want to speak on his wife real quick. I think
that whore.
I believe she's full of shit, like for real.
Oh yeah.
I think she was an opportunist. She married R. Kelly at the height of his career. Made sure she had some kids by him. She set
Not that cute.
At all.
I'm not coming in her, and I come about dinner or anything. You know what I mean? I ain't coming there.
But I think she's an opportunist. And it's funny how right before like the case hit, that's when she decided, I've had enough. How have you had enough when you claim you ain't know nothing was going on?
In the same fucking household.
And all this stuff is happening in your house. Like, come on, I think she's full of shit. She distances herself right at the perfect point so that she wouldn't be involved in any type of
relationship. If you got a big ass house, where's my husband? Where's my man at? Because wives and girlfriends bug you. You know what I'm saying? You on the game or you doing something. Where you at? Like you can, you feel me?
But
I don't.
Her claim was that he always would keep her in a certain part of the house, and
what?
And she wasn't allowed to come around when.
Well, look at his. Look at the pattern. I'm not just devil's advocate, but look at the pattern that's being proclaimed by the woman that he's keeping under.
Right.
He's keeping me in a certain spot. He won't let me go outside. It's the same story, just a different dialogue and a different character. Husband, wife. The relationship doesn't change. He's done the same isolation to her that he's done to the girls.
So he kind of knows what he's doing.
Okay.
I think he knows what he's doing. I think what she's
I agree with y'all 100% on what y'all saying. But this is the thing that separates her from me. For me, this is what separates. How is it that she just that quickly just got up the nerve to be like, I can walk away from this now? She supposedly walked away from R. Kelly with all his money, all this. She walked away with $2,000 as soon as she found out about the case. And she just packed up with $2,000 and her kids and was like, I'm done with you.
My bitch got money.
Thank you. Like, I think it's more to that story. Like, it sounds like some
money.
BS.
She also had her own damn career. She was a choreographer and a dancer.
Oh, she was.
She had a job.
Good point. She was.
But she was trying to play victim on the show.
But
like,
she did have her own money.
Like
she did, but the jobs and if you go back to when she was
she was one of the best actually.
She was really good at what she did. Yeah. But she married him because of who she met through the industry, but she also had been successful before they got married as well.
Yes, absolutely.
And that was
like mid-90s, right? Late 90s?
They were married early.
They were married for a long time.
So she was there early 90s.
Yeah.
What was up with Aaliyah?
That's a whole. He forged.
They forged
documents and everything to marry her.
Yeah.
That's. How did he go to jail for that?
Fraud, forgery, whatever the fuck. Second degree or whatever, third degree, missed something. It's that money, man. That's why that nigga broke, paying off all these people and his bad contracts.
Like how does it go on that long without?
Broke. That's crazy.
I don't
Even if he
believe that.
paid, I don't believe he broke.
I don't believe that either.
All the
I think his money. He got some money somewhere.
But when you them niggas are taking money, you got to read them contracts thoroughly.
He got some money somewhere.
Look at Uzi Vert,
bro.
You only made like $700,000. They made like $7 million.
Does that surprise you that Uzi Vert got money taken from him?
So what's the difference between that and R. Kelly?
R. Kelly didn't own
contract.
He didn't own all his music. He didn't own all the rights to his music.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
And that's part,
I didn't know he didn't
of the
own
issue.
all
Yeah,
the
no,
rights.
Sony
I thought he.
owns those.
Oh, okay.
I think it was the big thing with Jay's Reasonable Doubt. He wanted to own all his masters and he got it. Cause that's his baby. Like if you don't
That's
own your
nice,
shit,
yeah.
if you don't own your own shit, you just all you're doing is giving the label money. You making money. Rappers only make money off tour money. That's it.
Can we
and
talk?
you gotta pay the tour people.
Can we talk about the Jay-Z and R. Kelly situation?
Definitely. Hold on.
Because it was rumors.
That was
it was
why
rumors
Dame and
yeah.
that was the end of their relationship.
Yeah.
Dame and Jay-Z, because of the R. Kelly situation. Because he went back on
right
and made them records with a guy that he had a problem with because of the Aaliyah situation.
Right.
But Jay want to be this businessman and say fuck that.
Right. And they were saying that even like a lot of them rappers and stars and stuff that like he was making songs with at the time, they will be in the studio and seeing these young girls and stuff like that in there with them.
I know Nori
It's
said
like-
he seen the bed in the studio. He didn't say he seen nothing, but he seen the bed in the studio. He's like, this
That-
is weird.
it was well known
But back
for
then
that.
it wasn't known to have a bed in your
But
studio.
it was known for R. Kelly to have
Yeah.
a bed in the studio. That was his little signature thing. But I'm saying, like, you got all these other stars that's making hits with them. They showing up to the studio and they seeing these young girls. And they seeing this stuff. And then you got the people that even after, like, the tape and all that, and after seeing it, they still partying with. Just recently, he's partying with different celebrities and stuff like that. How? Like, how? I just don't get how people still hang around this dude and was kicking it with him and he's doing all this craziness, man. I don't know.
It's just a bunch of yes men in the circle, a lot of yes men in the world, and that's why the world fucked up like it is. And like they go back, like he knew what he was doing, because like you said, the different dynamics that look like underage girls,
Of course he
teenage
did.
girl, and then his wife. He did the same thing,
Right.
so he knew what the fuck he was doing. You know what I mean?
Right, and that's what I don't know. Like just the fact that he picked these same type of women.
And even when his lawyer said he had to take them libido shots, if he knew he did it, why the fuck didn't you like
The lawyer.
do something? I know it's a lawyer, but it's like
The lawyer.
that shit. Wow, that shit is corrupted
That
to me,
retainer
man.
probably was too
A
good.
lawyer is a crook.
Shit is wild, man.
Lawyers is crooks to me.
I agree.
They get paid to get you off cases. That's their job.
That shit is wild.
People that kill each other,
Right.
kill people on a daily basis, get off on.
Real briefly, I want to talk back about this recent interview. I feel like he thought that he was gonna perform and he could win the hearts of people.
over.
Like that did not seem like a heart-to-heart conversation. That seemed like a performance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like just if you look at how he's answering the questions and all that, and then CNN they actually did they had a what do you call it, like a body language specialist or whatever. They had them review it, and they pinpointed every little like they pinpointed
credibility.
But I'm saying that they pinpointed every little thing that he was doing that just shows that he was like blatantly lying. Like it was I don't know, that dude is a character, man.
Yeah,
He
man.
is. He's playing a character.
Yeah.
And we're all feeding into the R. Kelly character.
Right.
We're not holding R. Kelly, the man,
Robert,
accountable.
we're not holding
We're
Robert.
not holding
Robert
Robert,
Kelly.
Robert accountable.
All right, he throwing up that smoke screen just to put it out there.
Can you
Like,
believe that shit? You get motherfuckers belt. What they spent what a good 300,000 on them? Strangers, like
Right.
what? Shit, give me 50,000.
right.
Shit, I take you to the store. I do some shit for you. You know what I mean?
They want to see that another hit again.
I guarantee within the next 5 years
Wow.
we're gonna see an R. Kelly movie.
Oh yeah.
Guarantee it. Guarantee it, man.
Yeah, they're gonna make money off of it.
If he gets
Money,
locked
man.
up
We're all
for this,
evil.
somebody gonna try to get him out, bail him out just to get his side of the story to write a movie or something like that. They did it with So Well. They tried to do it with So Well. I'm quite sure they do it with R. Kelly.
Fucking the horror guy. The horror writer. The biggest one in the world, pretty much.
Stephen King.
Yes, he tried to He was in talks of doing a movie, so well movie.
Ooh.
Stephen
Sickening,
King.
man.
I'm like, these people is crazy.
But yeah, that dude.
He needs some help, man. He do.
At this point, I don't even think that's what he needs. I think
I don't know what he needs, to be honest.
He just
with
need
you.
to do some hard time.
Yeah. But that's our show for today, man.
Hey, where's the camera?
Corporate
I
Like
came on 30
Entertainment.
episodes.
He didn't say that shit. Y'all hit the like button, smash the like button. Word to Manny. Shit, wow.
Follow
Y'all
us
killing me.
on Instagram at Corporate Like Entertainment.
Yeah, at Corporate Life.
At Corporate Like.
And,
Y'all killing me.
And Twitter.
yeah, and LinkedIn and Tumblr, all that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Bill Roberts 12 on Instagram. And Kick a Girl.
Paul Anthony on Facebook.
Yeah. So y'all fuck with us, man.
Y'all
We
killing
appreciate
me.
y'all, man.
I gave y'all 30 years.
That shit, wow, man.
Oh man.